The Nirbhaya review plea will be heard tomorrow by a freshly constituted bench in the Supreme Court. Those are the details that are coming in. So a new bench is now being constituted to hear the review plea. This review plea has been filed by the Nirbhaya convict, which will be heard tomorrow. Convict Akshay Thakur is the one who has filed this plea, and a newly constituted bench will hear this review plea tomorrow. Those, of course, are the details that are coming in at this point in time. This is a review plea in the entire Nirbhaya case. And, of course, remember, Nirbhaya's parents have been constantly bringing up the fact that it has been so many years and still the convicts have not been, the death sentence hasn't been carried out. But Meenakshi joining us for more details. Meenakshi, this is a review plea that has been filed by convict Akshay Thakur that is now going to be heard in the top court, for which a fresh bench is being constituted.
Well, that is right, Avni. As we speak, Nirbhaya's parents were also present inside the courtroom. As a matter of fact, they are here in the Supreme Court. And the reason why a fresh bench is going to be constituted to hear the review of Akshay Thakur tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. is because today, Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice Bobde, has recused himself on personal grounds from hearing this case. And he was leading this three-judge bench composition, which was seized of Akshay Thakur's review plea. But upon his recusal, now a fresh bench has to be constituted, which will assemble at 10:30 in the morning tomorrow, where the review plea, which is open court hearing again, because remember, past two instances, the other reviews have been dismissed in July last year. And what it will abate this review, it will be answered by the Supreme Court tomorrow after perhaps a 30-minute hearing.
Yes, absolutely, Meenakshi. And do we know the reason for recusal at this point in time?
Well, Avni, the reasons of Justice Bobde's recusal are said to be personal, and what we have been given to understand from our top sources in the Supreme Court, it is because one of Justice Bobde's nephew at one point in time was associated with the case from Nirbhaya's side of the family, and therefore, in that backdrop, he has considered it opportune to recuse himself. Remember, it is not mandatory for senior judiciary, especially the Supreme Court judges, to give reasons for their recusal. The very fact that he has chosen to recuse means that a new bench has to be set up, a fresh bench has to be constituted, which he said will be constituted by tomorrow, which will then go on to decide upon the fate of this review.
All right, Meenakshi, thank you so much for joining us with those details. Meanwhile, Prime Minister is speaking. Let's cut across.